Hello,
Hi.
sis. Hello, I like this. You look
Hi.
nice.
How are you doing?
I'm frazzled.
Can't see you very well. That's annoying.
Why?
It's like my screen is all dark. Damn it.
Oh, how
I'm trying
come
to do,
that?
I'm trying
Is
to
it?
swipe. I'm trying to,
Oh,
there we go.
oh,
Sometimes my screen does this annoying thing where it does like energy saving and then I can't see.
oh, yes. I hate
Yeah.
that. I'm just currently trying to find a makeshift stand. Nope, that's boobies. Because I'm so unorganized today and I can't find my stand that holds my phone.
We
So,
can forgive you. Oh, hi, Emma. Emma's joined us. And we can forgive you, Jen, because you lost your cat this week and it's your husband's 40th. So we can
I
totally
know.
forgive you for being disorganized this week.
Thank you.
I know. And you know what? Kudos to you for still doing our chats.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing a slight protest in that I'm not doing my makeup and not I'm in pajamas.
Well, you look gorgeous, so.
Thanks, don't feel it. Oh dear. How are you? You look lovely.
Oh, thanks.
Look
You
like
know
a
what?
ray of sunshine.
I'm wearing Lily's hair clips. She's gonna
Awesome.
kill me. I
Oh
wanted to try them out. When I first saw them, because they've been a trend for a while now. When I first saw them, I was like, that's pathetic. That looks like a child's hair clips in your hair. And now a year later, I'm like, actually, I quite like it. It's grown on me. I'm
dear.
trying it
Love
out
it. It looks super cute.
at 40. How ridiculous is that?
Woohoo!
Oh, we've got some
Aw.
lovely lots of people joining us. So today we're talking, aren't we,
Yes, yes.
about grief.
Grief
And it's really
management.
raw for you.
Really raw. I'm going to try not to cry.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, no, I
sweet.
shouldn't try not to cry, really, because that's
No.
the whole part of it. Um, but yeah, it's we always want to sort of tackle issues that are either happening to us or are relevant to us at the time, aren't we? And
Yep.
Lisa messaged me yesterday and said, should we talk about grief? And I was like, no, 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 it's too raw, it's too soon. And then like 15 minutes later, oh, S it, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. It's, talking about things that aren't necessarily easy to talk about, and other
Mm.
people are going through them. Everyone goes through grief at some point. So
Yeah.
there's no right or wrong answer to this, is there? It's just sharing.
And I think it's just more relevant when we're going through it and it is that, raw thing. You get to like say firsthand
Yeah,
what's working for you and what's
yeah,
like. And I know, so you're talking about grief to do with like because of your cat. And I think for mine, like I can talk about from the breakup perspective, like from relationship side,
mm-hmm.
because you do go through a grieving process, don't you? Even if you've
Yeah,
made that decision in your head, like this person is wrong for me and it's not going to work for A, B, and C, you still grieve that
yeah,
person, like not being in your life. It could just be the companionship that you're missing, or
you
the
do.
connection, or whatever it is. It could be that, yeah, that person leaves a little hole,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you then kind of have to fill. So I think that's what we're going to talk about, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And can I just say one thing? Because so for anyone who was wondering where did our video go last week, we had a
Yeah.
monumental crash, and I'm gonna just quickly turn on my screen recording. So bear with me. I'm just gonna screen record because I haven't screened 1 second.
Post any
Back.
of it.
I'm back.
She's back. I was just
Sorry.
explaining. For
Yeah,
some
I
reason, for
wasn't
me, you've
sure.
got really quiet, Jen. I'm going to turn you
Oh,
up.
is that because I'm now screen recording?
I'm going to
Yeah.
do that. Does it stop? Does
Yeah,
it stop
because
WhatsApp calls as well?
yeah, it stops everything.
Good. Okay.
Because I
There we go.
when when it was you. Was it you who called me on our first live? I had gone live and I was like, oh my God, someone's calling me. And it was you, and you were meant to be on the live with me.
But it's because I couldn't find you. That's what I mean. It takes a while to come on. So I'm like, where is she? Where is she? I don't know why, but I get notified last and other people are already on the call and I'm like, join quick. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
So we're talking about grief and and ways of handling the grief, living with the grief, like working through the grief, because the last thing we want to do is bottle it.
Yeah.
And we don't want to so you want to feel the feelings, but you've also got to do it in a way that's safe for you, because you don't want to just turn into a blubbering mess where you can't function. You know, we might have families, the children that we have to look after. We might have jobs that can't be stopped. You know, the world keeps turning. So it's a way of doing it in a manageable way, in a loving way. But manageable.
And feeling it and not getting all consumed by it, I think.
Yes.
Is the key. I don't have the answer to that one. I don't know how you balance that. Do you have any suggestions of things that you've done?
Well, I was going to say, actually, that all-consuming thing, I do feel like it kind of will happen, but when it's choosing the right moment to allow it to happen, so that you can be free to just let go with it. So obviously, you know, when you're not looking after the children and when you're not at work, these things obviously you can't control, though, like your emotions, you know. But if there is time that you've got to yourself, and where you feel like, okay, I can just let it out. My favorite places to do that, sounds really creepy now, to go to a park, in nature, or to the beach with the sea. I'm not shy. I don't mind crying in front of people. Not obviously in front of people, but if I'm crying and people see that, I'm not embarrassed by that.
No, I'm not anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I kind of just don't care. I mean, when I found out the news about David and the vets, he had liver cancer, stage 4 when we caught it, so there was no hope. And it just came completely out of the blue. When the vets told me, I was just crying down the high street, and I really didn't care, you know. And
you know, well-meaning people might ask if you're all right, and I just say, no, I'm fine, thank you, thank you so much, I'm okay, you know. It's just, I'll let it out if I need to. So and the park, on the beach, and also in the bath.
In the bath? Do you like to cry in the bath?
Well, I don't know, just water, I think is
I find it just helps. Too hot. I
might not run a bath to cry, but I might find that when I'm having a bath, I get emotional. Wait, I'm gonna cry. I need to run a bath. With tears going into the bubbles.
Hot. Let me cry some more. Cool it down.
I don't know. I think it's water. It just helps to let it out, and I think maybe because I also have salt baths, maybe that's why.
Epsom salt baths.
Which is good for detoxing. And then also I just do a mental visualization of when I pull the plug, that all the toxins are just going
down. That's a nice idea.
Bye bye.
See you later, sucker. I'm not good at dealing with grief at all. I mean, we haven't had an immediate family member die, have we? Our grandparents have died, but we haven't had immediate family member, so that or a partner, or anything like that happen. Touch wood. So for me, I haven't really dealt with grief much. If anything, it's just been our pets.
And breakups.
So David hit me really hard. David's the cat, by the way.
David's the cat, guys.
Yes. So
we do get very attached to our animals.
We do.
I think people that don't have animals don't understand.
No.
And then
and also because we don't have kids, we put all of our love into David. So
Yeah.
for us, that's like our little child,
Sure, but
you
yeah.
know, not
Yeah.
that I'm
All your
comparing a death of a
maternal,
cat to a death of a child, but you know,
all your
it's,
maternal
hmm
instinct. Yeah.
hmm. So, the way I dealt with my grief is I went and got two kittens.
I know. And I was saying to you, wasn't I? I was like, don't do it, Jen. Don't do it. You're transferring and you're not grieving. You're not getting over it. But you're like, that's the way I cope with it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, no.
yeah. Because for me, my house doesn't feel like a home without a cat in it. And I just couldn't deal with it. I was a little worse. Like day one, I was just like, no, can't do it. Like, no, crying all the time, couldn't stop crying. The only time I stopped crying was when I was looking at getting kittens.
Wow.
So I just distract myself.
You see,
And
the thing is, go on.
I used to do that with relationships as well.
I was just about to say that in relationships, they advise against doing that.
I know, but the best way to get over someone is get on to someone else.
Yeah, but that's meant to be the rebound. You're not meant to stay with that person. Like, do you know?
Damn it, that's where I was going wrong. Staying with them.
I know. We'll never forget that. Like Jennifer's scene in what's it, Rachel in Friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
What scene?
Oh, you're like, which scene?
So
I'm
I'll
like,
never
we'll never forget that scene. I beg your pardon, what? When she goes like, I'm over it. She's drunk and she's on a date with another guy that she doesn't like.
Oh,
Really, she's
yeah.
not over
Yeah.
Ross.
Yeah.
And she's like, at the end of the day, he's like, he ends up counselling her. He's like, this is shot to shit, this date.
Yeah.
And so she calls him up drunk and goes, I'm over you. And that, my friend, is what they call closure. Mic drop. And he's like, when were you under me?
Doesn't she throw her phone in the ice bucket or something?
Yeah, I love her. Yeah.
And then doesn't he listen back to it the next day? And she's like, oh no. And she's like climbing over him, trying to grab the phone.
Oh my God, we all love Ross and Rachel. Yeah, so that's what they advise against, is going straight onto them, because it's just transference. Like, you just transfer all the feelings and things that you had of that other person onto the next one, and it's not meant to be healthy. You're meant to grieve the old one, let them go. You know what though? That sounds really sexist, but lots of men do that too. They tend to have another woman lined up before they leave the current one, don't they? That tends to be the thing, that they'll like jump ship. They're not that great at being on their own. And I guess because it is such a painful thing to go through, that like not having something else to clutch onto, it's almost like you just have to have faith that it is going to be okay. And that's quite a difficult thing to do. Yeah. And to like get yourself into this like healthy space where you're vibing and feeling great about yourself on your own, to then attract someone healthy in.
Yeah. I mean, I did that with my last relationship. So I left any other previous relationship. I haven't done it. I've always got over someone by getting into someone else. But with my last relationship, I severed, left. It was my decision. There was no one else in play at all. No one else that I liked. And then I started dating and then found my husband.
See? So, there you go.
Yeah.
And that, my friend,
is closure.
Yeah, that's meant to be the way you do it, but it is hard. So I find that you totally need your friends, don't you? Your family.
Attacked by the sun. Sorry.
Done it again. Every week we have this sun escaping act. You've got to do that. So that's why you need your friends and family. So distraction is helpful. Yes. To a degree. It's getting that balance right, isn't it? Between having enough to do and keeping yourself distracted, but then also having those moments of aloneness to just let it out. Yeah. Feel the feelings. Yeah. Because you've got to go through it. Yeah. It's a tricky one. Christmas is a really terrible time to go through a breakup. And New Year.
And Valentine's, right?
Oh, Valentine's is evil. That's so evil that day.
Yeah,
Like, just find a girlfriend, book a restaurant, and go.
go.
Like, or have them round for dinner. Like, keep
Yeah,
each other company. Valentine's is, oh, that's like,
yeah.
um, and then birthdays can be tricky too.
Yes, yeah,
That can be tricky. So, like, I think it's also forward planning a bit. Like,
yeah,
look at your calendar. When are the lonely spots? Friday night, Saturday night, lonely spots.
yeah,
Like, have some plans in place so that you're not
yeah,
on your own, like drowning a bottle of wine, feeling sorry for yourself on date night.
yeah. I was thinking that I'd just come up with a really good business opportunity, but then I realised it's kind of also already done and maybe not that PC.
You've got to tell me now.
Book a boyfriend. You
Oh my God, there have been so many American movies about that, haven't there?
can book like what's it, Channing Tatum when he was good.
Yes,
Book him for your birthday and just have your ideal
I
man
know.
for your birthday and
Yes, lush. I mean,
yeah.
you could always book a butler in the bath.
Just don't. My hen do, okay. My now husband and I agreed that neither of us were going to have strippers at our hen and stag do. And at my hen do, my sisters had organised this gorgeous, like Alice in Wonderland tea party, because my favourite film was Alice in Wonderland as a kid, and I was dressed up as Alice, and they
Yeah.
brought out a butler in the bath, and I sort of looked all nervous, and I said to my two sisters, girls, we're not having strippers, we've agreed. And they were like, oh no, don't worry, we've spoken to Jake, he's fine with it. And I was like, really? I was like, amazing, right. So I was doing we were doing still life drawing and all sorts. And then we go to Clapham Royale to watch what was it? What's it
Forbidden
called?
Nights, was it?
Forbidden Night. So it's basically like Magic Mike in the flesh. I
So
get
good.
home, tell my husband all about it. He's like, what? We said no strippers. And I was like, they said they called you and asked you. He's like, no.
So naughty, isn't it?
Lisa and George were like, we just wanted you to have fun.
I don't know what we were thinking, to be honest. It's so naughty.
My poor husband didn't have a stripper on his stag.
I'm sorry. I have nothing in my defense. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we knew that and then it was too late and we were like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. I believe the Fifth Amendment. I think it did definitely look like a spur of the moment. Oh yeah, we've spoken to it. It's fine. Like sort of. Like,
yeah.
You hadn't planned that, I don't think at all.
No.
Like, no, it's fine. It's happening now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we definitely didn't plan to lie. I think I feel we definitely made it up on the spot, which makes me think that maybe we hadn't checked that minor detail. Anyway.
It was good.
Yeah, so no, I don't think we're recommending hiring a man for if you're feeling lonely as as a substitute boyfriend. That's
I'll scratch that one out. I won't take that to Dragon's Den.
Can you imagine?
Deborah's like, and for that reason, I'm in. Their fingers, you know what she does with her fingers. Yeah.
So what else are we recommending then? Do you reckon, Jen, for the group thing?
When I first found out about David, and this works for any kind of grief, I actually dealt with it quite well because I listened to songs that were gonna make me cry because I wanted to get it all out, and I was in the bath. I was actually in the bath.
See?
Frankincense is a really good essential oil to use to help with emotional healing as well. So I had some frankincense, bit of cinnamon, And what else? And peppermint and jasmine, because jasmine's good for
Oh,
healing
lush.
as well. Put that in the bath with some Epsom salts, and I listened to songs that I found emotional, and I sang at the top of my lungs because I feel like singing. Yeah, I know, poor husband.
I was
I
just,
Go
yeah.
on.
And I was just remembering when you said Jade came in and was like, can you just stop? Go on, yeah. So
Yeah, and I found that really helped. I felt stronger in myself for doing that.
good. Yes,
Mm.
it's almost like owning it, I guess, in a way. It kind of maybe gave you a bit of the control back.
100%. Yeah, and also don't forget I've been grieving for 5 weeks because I've been knowing that this has been coming.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've gone through so many stages, and then the final stage when he's actually gone, I feel like that process was actually really quick, that grief. Well, I kind of shortened it by getting more cats, but
Yeah.
I feel like I had already done a lot of that and getting to grips with my feelings throughout that period.
So one thing that I was feeling was like when I'm really, really missing someone, instead of just like wallowing in the like, oh, I had it and it's gone, I'm like focusing on that feeling that I had. That's what I want again. And it doesn't have to be with that
Hmm.
person. It
Yeah,
can be with someone new. And so
yeah.
just focusing on and also being grateful for that experience in the first
I
place.
was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Hi,
hi. Oh, thank you
Kelly.
for joining us again, Kelly. We were wondering where you were.
How are
um
you?
yeah, she's saying hi, ladies.
Hi.
So yeah,
Yes.
feel yeah, having that. And then also I tried a visualization technique as well of
Mm.
like picturing yourself happy,
Yeah.
like conjuring up a happy feeling and a scenario, and then just like anchoring it in, like with the thing that
Mm.
we've been
Yes.
talking about, but
Yeah.
also just like visualizing and asking, like just asking for that person to find their way to you.
Hmm.
um I find that really helps. And just like in moments when I'm feeling really good about myself and really happy, I stop and go, oh, I'm feeling good about
Oh, I
myself,
like
like
this.
this is a good moment, and I like revel in it and go like, yay, kind of thing, you know,
Yay
and just
me!
yay
Heel
me, go
flip.
me. Exactly. And just be like, yeah, exactly. I mean, there are those moments too, but when you
Yeah.
do feel good, like just to really acknowledge them, because they're like little nudges every time, getting closer and closer to feeling happy again.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, like I was watching chick flicks, right, to make
Yeah.
myself feel better, because they're like funny and they feel good and they're like romantic. So depending on what stage you're at, whether you're able to handle the romance or not,
Yeah.
like, you know, you have to be kind of over it a bit to be able to cope with the romance. If you're not
Yeah.
over it at all, then don't watch rom-coms, because it's not going to
No,
make you feel
you don't
better.
want to. No.
But oh my God, I made the mistake of watching The Notebook.
Oh no, me. I did that too.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten. I hadn't watched it for like 10 years, and it was it was intense.
Yeah. I remember when I split up with my first love, Richard, when I was
Oh, that's
16.
love.
I know it was my first love. And I'd gone out to Trinidad and I was with Kitty, our other sister, and we went to watch a film in the
Uh-oh.
cinema. No idea what it was about. It was The Notebook.
The worst to watch. I mean, although if you do want to let it all out, The Notebook is a brilliant one for doing
I
it.
don't like letting out grief, remember? I was like, Chris, let's
Maybe,
go to a nightclub and find someone. No,
yeah,
I'm
maybe not on
joking.
your own. I think it's definitely good to watch it with someone. If you're on your own, it's just work. It makes it worse.
Yeah, that was brutal, and I haven't watched it since.
Have you not? I remember Georgina did it to me, our other sister. She put on The Notebook shortly after, like weeks after I'd broken up with Will. Oh my God, I was just in floods and floods of
Yeah.
tears. And she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't really know what it was about. It's so funny. It's so awkward. Oh, Kelly Kid says sorry she couldn't be here last week. Don't
Oh,
worry. We also had like massive malfunctions and couldn't record the video. But anyway, Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I'm
I
still
think
angry about last week.
I know, because it was so funny. You were
It was so
hilarious, Jen. You were hilarious. I was gutted.
I was crazy for 1 week.
You were. It was brilliant. Oh, gutted. Um, yeah, so like having some films to like let it out, putting on the sad songs, letting it
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
but also doing the positive visualizations is awesome
Yes.
too. And I think walking in nature. Go on.
I thought you were going to say, I think walking naked.
I've never tried it. Maybe that's where I've been going wrong all this time. Get arrested, and then you realise where your problem, how small your real problems are.
Oh dear. No, I was going to say one other thing that I felt really helped me was just getting dressed up.
Oh,
So I go one of two ways. So at the moment I'm in the stage where I don't want to do my hair, I don't want to do my makeup, I can't be bothered. I'm like I don't want to, I hadn't been to the gym for like 10 days until this morning. I just could like no,
yeah,
you know,
couldn't
I
face
was
it.
just doing what I needed to do to get myself presentable to work, and that was it.
Yeah,
Nothing else. Um but I really found one day before David had actually passed and I was going through, I felt really down and I just dressed up as if I was going out.
that's
That really
lovely.
helped. That
Yeah,
really helped.
definitely. I agree, because it's not a superficial thing. You're just doing something that just lifts your spirits.
Hmm.
I'm not being funny, but also sitting on Pinterest for half an hour and pinning like lush pictures of like
Mm.
things that you'd like in your life, like interiors or holidays, or and not looking at it as like I can't have these things, looking at it as
Yeah,
in these things really resonate with me, and I'm just like I'm expressing who I am through these
yeah,
pictures. You know what I mean? Because that
yeah,
this is me. You can,
yeah,
you know, and if you just draw all these pictures in and be like, yeah, this is me.
yeah,
This describes me. This, if I had to do a picture poster to
yeah,
explain to the outside world, who are you? Like, what are you?
yeah.
And just do a board.
This is, yeah.
Oh
And
my God,
also
that,
that's really nice because that gets your mindset in the right place of where you want to be. You might not be there yet, but it sort of focuses your mind. And then when you're on that sort of thought process, you're giving out the right vibes.
yes, exactly. And then when you're feeling excited and inspired, that's the perfect time to visualize what you want
Yeah,
in life.
yeah,
Already vibing on that level.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Hi,
good one.
Karen. Thanks for joining. Sorry, I'm just saying hello.
And
Yeah,
also
that's a
there
really good
was
one.
I did another visualization technique. I did it when I was feeling really peaceful, really happy, and just felt like, you know, when you just feel like, yeah, life is amazing,
Yeah.
like that little moment. I just had a little flash of it. So
Hmm.
I decided I would write down, sounds so weird, but I decided to write a little letter to my loved one that isn't here yet, like on his
Hmm.
way. Just being like, hi, babe. This is what I'm doing. Like, it's super chilled. Like, wish you were here. You know, I'm doing this, and Lily's doing this, and today we're going here. I'm so excited. Like, miss you. Bye, kind of thing. I just did that as like a random,
That's
and
cute.
it felt really good, and it kind of
That's
felt
cute.
like it's a way of just like they're already here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of helps you visualize that person already here. You kind of like, it's done.
Yeah.
You know the phrase when people say, and so it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's part of that. It's like,
Yeah.
and so it is. It's like, he's just like popped to the tops. It's just not there at the minute, but he's here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I get that.
It sounds a bit weird, but it worked for me.
No, yeah, exactly. No, I get that. I totally get that.
But
Um,
that's when you pass more past the
exactly.
griefy
And
stage.
ready to, yeah, ready to
Yeah,
take the next sort of step.
yeah. I definitely
Mm.
find finding a song that like you said, that really vibes with how you're feeling, and I just put it on repeat. I was sat in the park and I just played it on repeat. I found a new like EDM playlist on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I just felt so much better just listening to it over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it just, I don't know, it just helps your mind just calm. You can just feel the feelings and just be like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gone. Like, yeah, I was happy. It's gone. What can I do? It's just acceptance, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's coming to terms with it, because whether
Yeah.
it's a relationship that's broken down, or whether it's a job that you are no longer in, or you've
Yeah.
moved location and you're missing your old place, they're all grief. They're all a
Yeah,
sense of loss.
they are. Yeah.
So it's accepting that and becoming happy with a new norm. It's
Yes,
change, isn't it?
it's
It's
change. Yeah.
change.
And we don't like change, do we?
No, we don't. Not
um,
unless it's a change of one.
I think that's a really good point that you've made, Jen, that even leaving a job, it's all forms like that you loved and
Oh
you
my
didn't want
God.
to leave. You grieved, didn't you, when you had to?
Ooh, tell you, I went through a full-on breakup with
You did.
because in the end, I left because of medical grounds, because of my brain surgery and everything, and complications. But before that, I was kind of, I won't say too much about it, but I was kind of stitched up with my work, with a situation that happened that made me feel like I didn't really have many avenues to go down. If I wanted to be stubborn, I kind of needed to leave. And I was trying to work out in my head, okay, do I suck it up and know that they've taken the piss, basically,
Yeah.
excuse my language, and carry on with the job? Or do I throw my toys out the pram and go, do you know what, I don't need you, and go?
Yeah, you didn't feel valued.
I did not feel valued at all. And it was something that I was so happy with where I was for such a long time, and then got smacked in the face with something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And I tell you what, the funniest thing, I remember one morning, because I was getting so upset, getting myself ready to go into work every morning to put on a brave face, because I had a team and I had to show that I was fine. Everyone knew what had happened to me. So they're all like, oh my God, we don't agree with it. And I had to be like, no, united front, they're fine, we're fine, when really I just wanted to cry. And I remember I was like in my underwear, like getting ready for work, and like singing Christina Aguilera, what's the I Am a Fighter, and I was like,
yes,
punching the air, like, I
yes,
stop like this.
yes. Well done, you.
One of my colleagues at work, who wasn't in my team, saying I've literally just like boxed the whole air in my underwear before going to work, and they were like, you're mental, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Well done, you. That's fantastic. And I was just about to say that. What do you think is the right technique to do with work when you are going through something? Do you say something or not? Because I've been in a situation where I was being recruited for a job, and the manager gave me the most bizarre interview I've ever had in my life, to the point where I was like, hell no, I'm not taking that job. Like, are you amazing? It turns out he was going through the most gut-wrenching divorce. And if he'd have just maybe told me, I could have made allowances for his weird behaviour.
Yeah.
Interesting, because you don't want to bring your stuff to work, but at the same time, you're not at your best and you know that you're kind of a bit off kilter.
Yeah.
Maybe, you don't have to discuss the things of it. You could just say, something's going on in my life, I don't want to talk about it because it's not going to help matters, but just so you know, I'm not at my best at the moment.
Yeah. And I think people will respect that, and they would know. Whereas, totally right. If you could be more snappy at work, or you wouldn't necessarily be yourself, and people wouldn't necessarily give allowances if they didn't know.
Exactly. And people would make these assumptions about you, start to draw conclusions about you as a person, and be like, so perhaps it's still good. I know we've all got to put brave faces on, and I think you're going to respect someone more, aren't you, if you know they've got something serious going on at home, yet they're still showing up, and that actually makes you respect them as a leader a lot more, and you're going to want to work harder for them, to support them in that time, aren't you?
Definitely.
Okay, so we've established.
I love
Oh, and same with family too, isn't it? Because do you remember when I had to have surgery in the last minute? I was like in denial. I was like, I'm fine.
This girl is ridiculous. Go on, go on, tell the story.
So I just went to the doctor, didn't I? And because I had this abscess that just was not healing with antibiotics, and so, but I was like, I'm fine, it'll go down. And I got a phone call in the morning saying, yeah, you're booked in for hospital. I was like, what? You have to go this morning. I was like, oh. So I went in and they did tests and they were like, yeah, we'll book you in for surgery today. I was like, I beg your pardon, what? Like, yeah, they were like, yeah, go home, get your bags and come back. And I was like, oh, okay. So luckily I called you, Jen, didn't I? And I was like, yeah, I'm going into hospital. I'm going to have surgery. And you were like, how are you getting there? I was like, I'm driving. You were like, how are you getting home? I was like, I'm driving. And she was like, and who's looking after Lily? I was like, me. And she was like, no.
First of all, you will not be able to drive when you come
After
round.
being put under.
Second of all, there's no way you're going to be able to do Lily dinner or anything. I was like, Lise, you're mental.
I was like, I'm fine. It's a 3-hour procedure. I'll be back in the.
Yeah, and I suppose because I've had so many surgeries, I kind of I'm like, no, Lise, call the doctor and ask this or that, and then she's like, oh, yeah, it's more than I thought.
Yeah, well, they didn't tell me, and actually, it was good you'd done that because I had to be in overnight, which wasn't planned. They kept me in. So luckily, Lily wasn't with me that night. She was with her dad, and George dropped me off and picked me up.
Matt came, didn't he, or offered to come? Her partner. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was like, yeah.
So it's like, and the thing is that sometimes we feel like, we all want to be strong enough to deal with things ourselves, and we might not want to feel like asking for help, but sometimes we need to, and it's okay to ask for help.
It is. And sometimes it's stubbornness and pride. Like, I think for me, like, especially being a woman, I feel like I want to do it on my own and I'm fine. And, like, bless the guys when they see me struggling with a suitcase and they ask me, like, I used to say, no, I'm fine, thank you, I've got it. And now, even if I can do it, I'm like, thank you, because it's actually nice. Like, someone's offered, they feel good helping, and it feels good to say thank you. And, like, what's the harm in letting someone help you? It doesn't mean that, you're any kind of, like, lesser person. And if it's a pride issue, like, swallow that pride, because you know what it was, having Lily, I just was completely rendered helpless. Like, I was feeding her so often and just couldn't do anything, couldn't do half the things that I was used to doing. I've never felt so vulnerable in my life and so humble. It completely humbled me, but it was good. It was good because I needed it. I needed a good shake of a bit of the old ego that had to go. And it was good for me because it meant that, I appreciated people a lot more. And had a lot more empathy and compassion. Like, when you see someone struggling with something, you don't go, you didn't plan your day very well, did you? You don't get all complacent and cocky. You're actually like, oh, bless you. Are you looking? We've got some lovely comments from people. I just want to say, like, hello to SM Dev, who's always with us every week. Thank you for joining.
Hello. Did you like your candle?
Oh yeah,
SM Dev. He did.
And Karen says you both look beautiful. Thank you, Karen. That's very. We're getting lots of hearts when people are enjoying the topics. That's really nice. Thank you, guys.
That's nice.
We love doing these chats, don't we, Jen?
I know. Love your chats, but got to go now. Bye, Nick.
Oh, bye, Emma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, like, I really look forward to them because, like, if I'm not feeling great in the morning, I'm like, oh, but we've got our chats,
Yeah.
Look forward to.
It's cathartic as well, I find, because it's also always something that one of us is going through.
Yeah.
That's quite cathartic to talk it through. And then when we get messages, sorry, I'm dodging this sun. I really need to sort out my blinds. And then when we get messages afterwards, because a lot of people watch it back, don't they? They're not always here live with us, but we get so many lovely comments and things about, oh, I'm going through that too, or that's really helped, or, and it's so nice to feel like, well, it's helping someone and someone, even if it's just one person.
Uh-huh.
That's really important to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, exactly. Me too. It just it fills me with joy.
Yay!
Nah, yeah.
Yay!
Um, oh, that was the other thing actually that we need to mention. If you are watching on YouTube or
Oh yes.
Facebook, please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell button because then you get notifications that we've done a new one. The crazy girls are back.
We need to start saying that early on, don't
I
we?
know. Yeah.
Every week I'm like, yeah, we'll say that at the beginning. No.
No.
I just
Oh,
get too excited when I see your face.
oh. You're too cute. And we can't do the draw for last week, can we? Because we couldn't see. Yeah. So we'll have to do that next week. Again, the draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we've got, oh, one of
Oh,
our viewers is going through the menopause and this is helping get through the menopause.
oh, bless you.
I need to look up actually because there are lots of things you can do, can't you, to trick your body a little bit with the hormone balancing. I
Hmm.
think something about flaxseed. I need to ask my friend. My friend is the expert. I will ask her.
Okay. Reflexology is amazing helping with menopause as
Is
well.
it?
I have a lot of menopausal clients that I help.
Oh, I
So
will
it's
be coming.
balancing out all the hormones. And
Hormones.
I use peppermint oil as well with my massage wax because that helps to stop the hot flushes.
Oh, that's good. That's really good to know. Okay. Um, if our viewer can tell us what elements of the menopause are you struggling with? Is it the mood swings? Is it the physical side? Just let us know
Mm.
and we'll do a bit of research for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we will
nice.
try that. Yeah. What was I going to say as well about the whole like the grieving thing? Because there's also different stages, aren't there? Like you've got, first of all, you've got the kind of the real, like you start off in a bit of denial,
Shock.
don't you? Really,
Yep,
it's shock. Yeah, you
shock.
don't really want to take it in, and then once it's, and actually that part doesn't feel as bad, does it? And you kind of think like you almost get lulled into a full sense of security, like, oh, it's not that bad actually.
You're numb.
Yeah, and then it hits and then you're like, oh, okay. And I find that's one of the hardest bits, like say
Yeah,
with grief when you've lost an animal. Like I remember when my cat died, like just walking around the house and having so many memories of her and expecting her to like come through the cat flap or walk around the corner,
yeah.
or you know, and that horrible feeling in breakups when you wake up because you don't
I was
remember what happened and then you remember,
I was just gonna say that.
oh my god, and the feeling just descends on
It's
you like
like
this.
your stomach drops through the floor for the
It's
first like
horrid.
few seconds as you're coming round. You feel so dreamy and so nice, and then
Yeah.
bam, it's like, ooh. Oh yeah, this is real. Yeah.
And I feel like that's when you got to get like your rocky, is it rocky music? Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
dun. Like,
dun, dun,
I
dun.
can totally do this. Like, you just got to get through that really like yucky bit.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest bit. And when you're past that hardest bit, I'm getting like seasick watching.
I know, sorry, I'm been dodging the sun and I'm
um,
losing the battle. I'm gonna put my hair in the way.
I feel like that period is the hard graft bit where you
Hmm.
just got to get through it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
maybe isn't the best time to like be shedding and letting the tears out. It's just getting through the day. You just got to get through the
Hmm.
day, and you have your like key people on call, like that you can call on if
Yeah.
you need to, but you know, a cry on the phone or whatever, or just talk it through. And you have like lots of appointments and a diary full of things so that you are distracted,
Yeah.
because once you've got through that bit, then you can start processing.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Do you think?
Yeah.
Is it
100%.
resonating?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay. So
I would agree anyway.
and then once you've gone through that, like the shock and the realization, and then it's the acceptance, isn't it? And what we were saying about like playing the music and just staying in the moment with it, and not looking back too much and being wistful too much.
Yeah.
You don't want to allow yourself to dwell and what's the word, drown.
Yeah. Well, it's about when you find yourself thinking of those moments, it's about just going, okay, well, I'm not gonna dwell on the loss. I'm gonna say, okay, well, I'm thankful that I have had the opportunity to experience that feeling, and I'm gonna place that somewhere very precious in my heart. Thank you. I acknowledge it, and I'm gonna carry on with my day.
That's beautiful.
Well, easy to say, but hard to do.
It is life. Such is
Yeah.
life, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
And then after that, you do get the little glimmers, don't you, of hope coming through, and the little
Mhm.
good feelings and vibes coming in, and those are the
Yeah.
ones that you just want to like embrace and
Snatch it.
feel. And yeah, but and not hold on, not clutch onto it though, but just enjoy it and be
Yeah.
like, and let it lift you, and like, and yeah, like even call a friend when you're feeling like that and be like, let's like talk about something fun, you know, like,
Yeah.
and you can vibe, and it's really nice. That's a good way as well of like sharing the good feelings
Yeah.
and like
Yeah. And
planning.
I also think what's quite nice is to have a song that not only resonates with you when you're sad, but when you find yourself in that happy place for a moment, find a song that resonates with you then.
Yes,
And
yes,
then when you're finding it difficult to come out of that down moment, play that song. And it can
yeah,
sometimes bring you back up to that
lift you.
point, a bit
Yeah,
like the anchor.
yeah, amazing. Yeah, and then also, yeah, maybe looking at that Pinterest board that you
Yeah.
made. Yeah. Oh, it makes me want to do it all
There we
now.
go.
Loving it. Oh, thank you, Karen. Karen says that's so beautiful.
No.
Yay. So
Yay.
hopefully those are some good tips of how
Yeah.
to, yeah, like start to process the grief. And we haven't referenced many people today,
We
have
haven't
we?
referenced anyone, but I suppose the reason why I haven't gone out looking for people is just because for me this was more of a chat to like talk it through and almost work it out ourselves as well.
Yeah,
Like working out in my head because I don't have the answers. There is no right or wrong way of how to deal with grief, but and and I am a bad one for dealing with grief because I don't tend to deal with it very well. Yeah, I'm like, get down there, get down there. I told you to go downstairs.
whereas I'm like, oh, Bridget Jones.
Oh dear. Yeah, so I haven't we this has very much been off the hoof, hasn't it? It's kind of just like our initial thoughts and experiences. But yeah, if anyone has any good techniques that they have used or any good sort of podcast or anything,
I think, yeah, that they
pop
would
it in
like
the
us to share with the
comments.
group,
Yeah.
or
Um,
any areas that they struggle with as well.
yeah. One
Like,
thing I thought was the morning that we had David put down, um, my husband and I just lay in bed and we watched comedy clips for about an hour in the morning. We were belly laughing, it was so nice to laugh. Michael McIntyre was featuring quite a lot in that. And my husband sort of said, oh, it's so nice to just hear you laugh again,
yes,
because we've gone through 5 weeks of this and no sleep and, it really hit us hard. And so that felt like our moment together of just feeling normal again before what we knew was going to happen was happening. So laughter is a great therapy
it
as well.
is. It is. Ooh, and another one for me was doing something that's on my bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, right, I've always wanted to go like kayaking and see caves and go on an adventure, so I'm going to
Yeah,
do it. And like when
amazing.
we did it, it was grey skies and the waves were like huge. And at the end,
It's not on my bucket list. It's not, I tell you.
well, it actually was like, it was right up my street. And at the end, like the adrenaline was like, I was shaking from the adrenaline, like, like all giddy. It was the best, like thrill seeker kind of experience. And I mean, if you want something to make you feel alive, then
Yeah, it's also maybe potentially going to kill you.
it was just amazing. Like, the waves nearly like smashing you into the rocks. No, but it was just amazing. And it was such a afterwards, and the
Yeah.
elation,
Yeah.
it was awesome. And I was
Amazing.
like that felt good because I felt like I was achieving something. I felt like you said, the endorphins and the elation afterwards.
Yeah. You weren't
And
dead. That was a bonus.
that was a bonus. But also it's like something that I can like tick off my list. So
Yeah.
again, it's like feeling like you're getting a little bit of your power back, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that
Love
was
it.
good. Yeah.
Love it. So we have run over time, but
I know.
it's been a really good chat. I just want to, haven't said that I'm going to do this, but I just want to plug, seeing as you've said, I've just said love it. Your t-shirt should be arriving with me soon.
Oh, you've got to wear it.
So next week, I'm going to wear my love it t-shirt. It's all right t-shirt, sorry. But do you want to tell them quickly about your t-shirts, your clothing?
Yeah, so I've started a little clothing range with so Rapa Nui on the Isle of Wight. They're amazing. They do loads of stuff for the environment. They've got a factory that's all like solar powered and really good energy wise. But they also use recycled materials, organic materials, and they care about where they're sourcing all their cotton from, etc. So you know, they make sure that they're not taking the mickey with I've got fair trade certification, but they definitely care about their workers. So all the t-shirts are made with the Rapa Nui is the brand, but they've got a sideline called T-Mill that manufacture people's individual lines, and that's so I've got a little line called Love It, and it's going to have like slogans that are empowering and feel good. So and also like from my lyrics, but also just in general. So I've got from my next single coming out, I'm back on my throne is one of the slogans.
That's going to be one that I get next.
Yeah, I can't wait. And it's got all right, and I've got instead of go F yourself, I've got go find yourself.
Like it. Go find yourself, fool.
But awesome. Yes, I like that feel good tease.
Where
children,
where can people find your stuff?
Now you're asking. I think it's love-it.tmill.com, I think.
Cool. Do you have a link in your bio on Instagram for it or not?
No, because it's linked to my single on Instagram.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll put it in the comment in the description of this IGTV.
Yes.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
So I've got a boxy tee. But did I order grey? I think because I said on Facebook I ordered black, and then you were like, you kind of ordered grey. I was like, yes, no, I ordered grey, because I always order black. So I was like, no, I'll go for something different. So I've got a grey boxy tee with "It's All Right."
Yeah,
and I've got a bag for life.
You've got to check the measurements. They come up quite small.
Yeah. Okay. No,
I've gone up by mine.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so excited.
And I've got a bag for life as well, because you do bag for life.
You have got bag for life and everything.
And I've got "It's All Right," because I thought, well, with the whole David thing, by the way, when maybe a bit too much info, but when we were putting David down, it took an hour. We did it at home. I played your song on repeat, "It's All Right," well, when he was going through the whole process. So I thought it was quite fitting that I get an "It's All Right" t-shirt and bag for life. Yay.
Oh, sweetie.
So yeah, guys, check it out. Check out her range. Super exciting.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think I'm going to wear it because I'm going to do a music video for the next single as well. And I've been working on a routine. It's hilarious. I haven't danced in like months, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but you're such a good dancer. You'll be fine.
So I'm thinking we're one of the boxy tees for the video.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I so wish I could make it down to attend, but you wouldn't want me in there.
Well,
you wouldn't want me in there. I'd be like that. I'm ready.
You can do the next one. You can do the next one. I've already got Georgina and Jamie.
Love it.
I know.
Have you seen the spoof video of Justin Timberlake when he does the music video with the dancers? with Beyonce.
No, I need to watch it.
Okay, I'm going to put the link to that because that is super funny. When, oh, the single ladies, he does the backing dancing to that. But
Oh my God, no, I
but
have
the
seen it.
dancers,
It was years ago and he was amazing. It's hilarious.
so funny. If anyone is feeling down and wants to belly laugh and cry, look at the link that I'm going to put below. It's so funny.
Do you know what I'm thinking of doing actually is on my YouTube channel is creating a playlist that's public so of motivational speeches and of like funny things
Such a
to
good
just make you
idea.
laugh.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, wouldn't it? To just be like, right, I need to laugh. You get Michael McIntyre on there.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
So we really need to go because we've been on for an hour.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. We talk a lot.
We do, don't
And
we?
also my daughter, like, I need to go and see if she's okay.
My dinner's still in the oven. It's probably black.
Oh, God. All right. So much love, guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Give us like feedback if you want us to concentrate on certain topics. If you think we talk too much about, if we're too silly, like just give us feedback. Or if you want us more for silly, you just tell us.
Yeah,
because we're doing it for you.
Yeah, 100%. Have a wonderful evening.
Yes,
and a lovely week ahead.
Yes. Woo!
Thank you. We out. We out.
We are family. My sisters with me.
Bye.
You gotta hang up. You hang up first.
No, you hang up.
No,
you hang up.
Okay.
All
bye.
right,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Kitty. Bye, Kitty.
Bye, Kate.